at home with Dame Joan Bakewell. It's a 5-minute walk-in. You're busy.
Welcome to Primrose Hill. I certainly am, yes. I've got the paperback of my first novel coming out, and I'm now working on my second. So, no retirement.
You're going to count us down.
Right, to the
Here
start.
we go.
Right, so we're 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's kind of like a quiz, I suppose. So we're going to try and get a lot of quick questions in at the beginning.
Right.
What are you reading at the moment?
I'm reading a book by Sarah Maitland called Far North. Series of short stories, very good.
Do you have a favourite ever book?
I'm afraid it's War and Peace. It's a cliche, I know, but it is the world's greatest novel, I think.
And a long one.
It's long, and there's so much in it that every time you read it, there's just something else to think about, to contemplate, to enjoy, to relish. Every kind of pleasure.
I've read that you have been a fan of The Wire, the TV series.
Yes, when it first began, somebody sent me a pack, and I just sat down and watched them straight through, and I thought it was absolutely mesmerising. Brilliantly done. I thought it was brilliantly done. I don't like violence, but, brilliant.
Going to go in for a bit of flattery now. What's the secret to you looking so good?
Flattery. That's all it is.
And talking to people like me.
Yes.
I do believe you're a Pilates doer.
I do. I've been doing Pilates for 18 years now. Before people knew what it was, they said, "What's this pilates you do?" And I swear by it. I go twice a week.
I know one shouldn't ask a lady her age, but I think it's true to say you're 76.
Yes, I am 76.
And incredibly active.
Yes, I don't have any reason to slow down. I think it's important to look after your health a bit, as you go older, because it's really tiresome when you get a bit arthritic or slow. I mean, it's just irritating. There's so much to do in life. I don't want to miss any of it.
We keep being told we're an ageing society, and the government appointed you as a spokesperson for the elderly, but you're able to criticise the government as well.
Yes, I'm not in the government's employ. They just asked if I would voice what older people tell me. As a consequence, people write to me in droves, email me, and I do. I tell different ministers what I'm hearing, and it's quite useful to them.
And what are you hearing? What do you think are the big issues facing the elderly today?
Oh, the pensions are a huge issue. Everything relating to money. People's worrying about how they're going to live in their last years, who will care for them and how they will die. These are really deep worries that people have. Makes them very, very unhappy.
Do you fear old age?
No, not really. I fear the loss of capacity. I would hate that, and my memory's not what it was, and I really resent that. I wish I could remember all that I've done and thought and enjoyed and all the people I've met.
Now, you may not see it like this, but to some you were on the barricades when you were younger, fighting for equality between the sexes.
Yes, I wasn't doing much fighting. I was really looking for work. So I was trying to get a job, and I know how hard it is to be turned down. And the secret I've always told people is willpower. You just have to keep on and not be discouraged. Keep on asking different people, ask in different ways. Persist.
How far do you think there is to go?
Well, I don't think women get equal pay, and I would be very upset if I found someone doing exactly the same work as me and getting paid more. I can't imagine why a man should earn more for equal work. So I think that's a really big issue.
You did a bit of advertising in your younger years, but you became famous through your late-night chat show.
Yes, Late Night
BBC
Lineup
Two.
it was called, that's right. Every night of the week.
You had big stars on that. Jimi Hendrix was playing live.
Yes, that's right. Jimi Hendrix was very impressive. He was absolutely extraordinary personality. So strong a person,
Is it true, I've read that there was a bit of drug taking on the show?
Yes, people would smoke rather herbal cigarettes. Well, pop groups. This is the 1960s, and there were pop groups. I didn't partake, but of course I did smoke on the screen. Everybody, people who smoked cigarettes smoked during programmes. There were ashtrays on the tables. Everybody smoked, and some people smoked other substances.
What one piece of advice would you give a woman in her 20s in 2010?
Stick by your guns, really, and don't follow the crowd for the sake of it. Know what you want and go for it, and keep going.
And what made you angry when you were 20 years old?
Oh, social injustice. I was very much a crusader against injustice, and I still hate it. I minded a lot about it then. I thought that I could put the world to rights, as you do when you're young. I've given up on that, but I do think the world has improved to some extent.
So what's left to get angry for you now?
Well, when you get older, it's no good being angry. It makes you feel sour and miserable and unhappy. There are tiny irritants all the time, aren't there, in daily life? But I just
Like
don't...
what?
Oh, like parking your car or bad manners. I really hate bad manners. I hate people who are on their mobile while you're trying to get their attention and talk to them. I really dislike that.
And people who are rushing you very quickly. You were brought up in Stockport in the shadow of the Blitz.
Yes, it was a
rationing.
different world entirely. So much better today.
It's all over. It was a quick
really
fire
enjoyable.
quiz.
Have you learnt a lot?
I've learnt a lot. I've learnt stuff about Joan Bakewell I'd never known before. It's got to be a good thing.
Thanks very much
Very
indeed.
nice to meet you.
Thank you, Matt.